Hello guys, welcome to Donk on the Road. My name's Donk. Today's video will be about the installation of my sink and tap and everything that goes along with that. Today, this is where I am going to be putting my sink, next to my Voyager 4500. Brilliant oven, by the way. I've had this one for years. It's done me a treat. But I am in desperate need of a sink, which I plan to be putting here. Oh, this isn't a permanent, just for anyone out there. This is a temporary measure because I can't afford to buy the worktop at the minute. And this is the unboxing of my sink. At least I think it's my sink, because the only box big enough to hold my sink, so in theory it's got to be my sink. I just thought I'd grab the camera and record this as well. That way you guys can see me struggle to open up this box, which is also really kind of difficult to do with one hand. And whoever sealed it done a really bloody good job. Excuse my foot on it as well. There we go, we got there in the end. Let's get this other side opened up, and then we can see what my sink looks like. Looking at that, it's definitely my sink. Oh yes, that looks like a sink. I am so excited to be getting a sink. Yeah, we've got all the plumbing attachment. Looks a bit dodgy. Down the bin. The box out there, throw the rubbish out there, throw the rubbish out there. Oh, look at that in the box. I've got to say one thing, it's a very posh bag there. Yeah, for a sink I wouldn't expect it to turn up in such a posh bag, but then I suppose they want to keep it shiny. Throw that out there, and that is my sink. I had to go with a really deep one because that is kind of all that I could get to fit my kitchen. As you can see, it is really deep. I think it's like 200 mil or something deep. And the plan for this, move them bits out of the way, throw them on my oven. And the plan for this is to go pretty much there like that. Of course it'll be sunk in, that's why I need to cut out of the bit of ply, cut the hole there. And then see if I've got enough space to mount the tap behind, which hopefully we should have. As you can see, I've taken the bit of ply that I had down as the worktop, I flipped it upside down. I've done a pencil line all the way around it. Then I used a straight rule, put it up against it like that, marked there, marked there. I've done the same on this side, same on this side, same on that side. That gives me the inner square. I'm probably going to have to trim it up a little bit if I'm being honest. As you can see here, I've just made myself a lovely little template. I would highly recommend make a template. That way, if you do mess it up, you mess up the template, which is a bit of cardboard, so we're not really fussed by that. If you mess up the bit of ply, then or worktop, then that is going to be a lot more emotional. So I would highly recommend to do yourself a template, which I am just going to test fit the template. Hold on, I'll try and do this while holding the camera. There's the sink upside down again. We're going to simply try and flop it over the top, see if it works. Which honestly, I think I've cut this a little bit tight. Yeah, definitely. So we are going to have to trim up our template because it won't slide all the way down at the minute. So we need to make it slightly smaller. No, make that template slightly wider even. So we'll be back in a minute. Okay, temp number 2 of the template. Stick it on that way. It should now fit. I've just taken about 5-10 mil off the sides. And there we go. We got a little bit of, wow, not a lot actually. Tiniest amount of wiggle room. But now I've got a template, we should be able to cut it out of the main bit of ply that I'm using as a worktop. And then that'll be the opening done for the sink. As you can see, I've now cut the hole out. I have put the bit of ply, fake worktop, back in its position. Now we're going to put the sink in and see if it fits. Fingers crossed. Also really difficult to do in one hand. Also a bit of a snug fit, but we do like a snug fit. But there we go. She works. No, I can't show you in there, it's a bit dark. Now we need to cut the hole for the tap, and then we can start mucking around with plumbing. As you can see, it's now back out the round again. I've marked up a little mark there. That is where we're just about to do the hole saw. So I'll see if I can leave you on the workbench. Okay, now let's drop it on the floor apparently. Let's put a hole through this. There we go. There's the hole in the for the sink. Okay, it's been a little while now. As you can see, the sink is in. Let's put some light on that. The sink is in. The tap is in. I've got to put the weight on the tap. That'll pull that bit right there up and make it look nice. We've started on the plumbing. We've connected the pipes up to the bottom of the tap, put on a nice T-junction there that will then go to the pump and then into my water tank. My water tank, I'm just using a 25 litre can which will fill up whenever we need. The wastewater, I will hopefully get that done tomorrow, which that will be straight to ground. So it will just be going straight from the bottom of the sink there, down in between the water bottle and the gas bottle, and straight to ground. Good morning, it's a new day. We're going to finish off what we started yesterday. Okay, back to it. We are going to now drill a hole in the floor, somewhere down there, hopefully, for the wastewater. As you can see, guys, I've just drilled a hole through my floor. Not in the place that I ideally wanted it, because I actually wanted it to be the other side of the gas bottle. somewhere down there. But instead I've had to settle for the hole there. It's going to make it more of a pain when I want to change the gas bottle, so I'm going to have to pull the waste out to change the gas bottle. But we make do with what we got. Now time to start the tidying up. As you can see, there's a bit of rubbish everywhere. I've made some dust everywhere. So time to get the hoover out and get this all cleaned up. Then I'm going to jump underneath the van and seal the raw metal, stop it from rusting. As you can see, there is my hole underneath the van. I know she's a little bit rusty underneath here, but that's why I call her Rusty Red. You see, I'm just spraying up the raw metal. If the spray paint works, doesn't have to look pretty. It's underneath the van. Doesn't matter if there's any runs, it's underneath the van. I'm the only person that's going to see it, so it's all good. I've just noticed that I'm recording that upside down as well, which is epic. Sorry about that, battery died. But yeah, as you can see, I have got it all plumbed in nicely. I've just gone with a nice simple T, so the hot water feed and the cold water feeds T into one feed, because I'm not having hot water in here. Don't need it, you can just boil the kettle. I put the weight onto the tap to pull it up nicely. The waste isn't exactly where I want it. To take the waste out to get the gas bottle out now, I think. Or I might just squeeze by, actually, I'm not sure. But yeah, I couldn't have it in the back where I wanted it because there's something in the way underneath the van. So I had to move it forward, and that's the only place that was available in this very small cupboard. But yeah, there is my water pump situation. I am going to wire it into a switch at some point. But I did go for one of these little 12 volt submergible pumps, thinking that should do the job. I was definitely wrong. That's why we're going to call this a fail, because this thing just hasn't got the kahunas to actually pump the water up and give me a decent water pressure. So I'm going to switch this over for a more powerful pump that I had laying around anyway, and I'll come back to you after I've done that. Hello guys and girls, I'm back again. After that failed attempt with the submergible pump, I've just installed that pump. Much beastier, more powerful pump. And I think I've got a leak because that T-junction's dripping. But yeah, I've plumbed that in, wired it up. 12 volt pump, so I've wired the pump in, and it's now all rocking and rolling. I will demonstrate here. Hold on, let me move the light so we can have a better light. I do love this sink though, but yeah, it's under a pressure sensitive pump, so literally you just turn the tap on and happy days. I've still got to tidy up the wiring that is going to the fuse box, but we will do that possibly tomorrow, because I've had to run out and go and get bits and bobs, and yeah, I've just had enough for today, so I think I'm going to call it a day.